wá fún mi ní nǹkan mu pé èmi máa ń lo drug o pé kí n mú omi yẹn ní bottle water ló wà okay èmi nìkan mo mú kò sẹ́ni tó sọ pé kó mú rẹ̀ o.
wọ́n nìkan.
wà láìpàlẹ̀ ògùn ọlọ́run tó dá mi rí mi nípa ọ̀rọ̀ mo máa ń fọkàn tán yà lọ́ fi ṣe báyìí fún mi ìgbà tí mo wá dá mu wọ́n wá ní pé àyèmí o pé mi báyìí o nípa èmi ò ṣe kọ́kàn náà èmi tó láwọn ọmọ lórí tó láwọn ọmọ lórí tó yẹ kí mi gbọ́ mo gbọ́ wọn ló gbajà mo sẹ́ẹ̀fù sínú nínú fídíò yẹn àwọn sínú náà ní tírí. wọ́n máa fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ wọ́n máa ní kékeré mi máa bọ̀ lé wípé ó ní pé èmi máa bọ̀ lé o wọ́n ní káwọn yẹn ṣì wà ń bẹ̀ so wọ́n wá tweet wípé sinolisi so bàtà everybody fẹ́ gbé ní lọ́kàn sọ pé Mohbad sinolisi ni ó yẹ ó bá mi wípé lọ́lọ́ ń gbé káàkiri so kí ni ìyẹn wáyé kọ́ gbé kí ni Mohbad sinolisi tiẹ̀ sinolisi lọ́fẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ti dé ànádà wọn wọ́n wá fún mi ní nǹkan mu pé èmi máa ń lo drug o pé kí n mú omi yẹn ní bottle water ló wà okay èmi nìkan mo mú kò sẹ́ni tó sọ pé kó mú rẹ̀ o.
wọ́n nìkan.
wà láìpàlẹ̀ ògùn ọlọ́run tó dá mi rí mi nípa ọ̀rọ̀ mo máa ń fọkàn tán yà lọ́ fi ṣe báyìí fún mi ìgbà tí mo wá dá mu wọ́n wá ní pé àyèmí o pé mi báyìí o nípa èmi ò ṣe kọ́kàn náà èmi tó láwọn ọmọ lórí tó yẹ kí mi gbọ́ mo gbọ́ wọn ló gbajà mo sẹ́ẹ̀fù sínú nínú fídíò yẹn àwọn sínú náà ní tírí. wọ́n máa fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ wọ́n máa ní kékeré mi máa bọ̀ lé wípé ó ní pé èmi máa bọ̀ lé o wọ́n ní káwọn yẹn ṣì wà ń bẹ̀ so wọ́n wá tweet wípé sinolisi so bàtà everybody fẹ́ gbé ní lọ́kàn sọ pé Mohbad sinolisi ni ó yẹ ó bá mi wípé lọ́lọ́ ń gbé káàkiri so kí ni ìyẹn wáyé kọ́ gbé kí ni Mohbad sinolisi tiẹ̀ sinolisi lọ́fẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ti dé ànádà wọn wọ́n wá fún mi ní nǹkan mu pé èmi máa ń lo drug o pé kí n mú omi yẹn ní bottle water ló wà okay èmi nìkan mo mú kò sẹ́ni tó sọ pé kó mú rẹ̀ o.
wọ́n nìkan.
wà láìpàlẹ̀ ògùn ọlọ́run tó dá mi rí mi nípa ọ̀rọ̀.
Full of success. He had issues with his record label. 2022, he was in the public space because the last incident, he even went live on Instagram where he accused the record label of harassment or being bullied, and that video is still there where he was saying that if anything happens to him, hold the record label responsible, do this and that. Thereafter, there was the NDLEA issue, there was some arrests that were made, even his record label mates were arrested, I think detained for a couple of weeks. Then thereafter, the guy went off the record label, went off Malian Records, then started off his own Immolenization.
Oh, so he left Malian?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, he had an album with Malian. I think it was Feel Good. Then now he left Immolenization. He released another album under his own record label.
Okay.
And it was just evident that the guy had to deal with so many things. Maybe in the last few years, but the last couple of months too had been quite chaotic for him. So after his death, we're now seeing videos. You saw a video of him being harassed on set.
Yes.
That happened in June, just a couple of months ago. And the sad part of it is that young man was talking to us every time with every song. If you are listening to people who were active followers, every song that Mohbad released was practically a message. It was so
a call for help.
It was a message, yeah. So he was sending out a message. He was talking about himself. So it's just like you explaining yourself to the people in different ways. Listen to all of his songs. He was always talking about himself, what he was going through, what he had gone through, his fears, his worries, the uncertainty about a tomorrow. And so bad that he actually recorded a song about life after death, saying that when he's gone, people will love him more. It was exactly like what Da Green in 2010. Da Green recorded a song, If I Die. Mohbad also recorded a song. He did a video in a studio. When I'm dead and gone, people will love me more. When he's on the floor and he can't talk, and they will discuss him, talk about his right and wrong. So the boy knew that he had a premonition. He had a premonition. He was basically living in fear. There was so many things happening around him. it could not, it wasn't certain about it tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so, you know, we saw these videos, for many of us were just really confused because one moment we're hearing things like maybe cultism or bullying or just harassment. Was it his record label that was just harassing him because he was moving forward? What sort of person was he outside music? Was he involved in any nefarious activities? Why did he have such negativity around him during that period?
You see, one thing I would say is the death of Mohbad would definitely unearth so many things going forward. Artists have been having record label issues over the years, and many of them, either they go through the legal way, court process, or probably some negotiation here and there. This is the first time, at least that we can remember, probably in the last 15 years or thereabout, that an artist would eventually lose his life in that process. And this one is so painful. This guy, we've had artists that have had record label issues. Chris Daniel with G Worldwide, Rundown with Eric Mani, a couple of them, Vector with YSG. They've had to find a way around it. Chris Daniel changing his name from the KISS to KIZZ. Vector going off and going the court way. But in this case, the first question is, does Mohbad have a contract, a legal contract with Malian Records? Because there are some of these artists who do not even have a contract that is signed. So if the police will start their investigation, starts with that. Does he have a contract with Malian Record? What does that contract stipulate? What led to the first issues? Was it about a renewal? Was it about the fact that he wanted to opt out? Was there a buyback clause or whatever kind of clause? Was there anything that is related to it? Now, as at that time, one thing was clear. The boy wanted to leave. It seems like he was uncomfortable. It seems like there were so many things happening that he could not talk. He couldn't talk about. He was saying it even in his songs. So many things, and this and that. There were so many things that he could still not talk about. Okay, why was he being bullied? These are questions.
Yeah.
Why was he bullied to the point of being on a set after he had left the label? He was recording a song, and some people went to that set and they were going to get him off.
I need to come to the ladies, but to follow up to that, who's going to bail the cats? Because somebody has to take this up. So all these questions are asking, somebody needs to get the police to investigate.
The police
Why was
is
it
already
Yes,
on
because
it
he
already.
wrote
So they've released a statement yesterday to say they are going to investigate, and I still listen to the PPRO, the Lagos State PPRO boy, on the day saying that should there be a need, they might have to exhume the body for an autopsy. Because there's so many issues around him. Now, from the record label executives to show promoters who were involved, whose names are mentioned already, even the family, why was they hurried to bury him? Why? We've seen a video where the elder sister spoke on live TV, on Instagram Live, to say she wanted them to bury him in Lekki Cemetery, that she was making arrangements to pay, but the father refused, and they had to bury that boy in Berigbe. Where they buried that boy, apologies, he lived a better life more than that. It was just like a place for the masses, just anybody, someone that probably has no family, has no... he deserved a better burial. Now, so why was that hurry to bury him? Why give him that kind of dirty final departure, that burial right? And
Let's get a few more questions for you.
Okay, so thank you for everything you've said. I listened to you, and I also remember a number of artists, prominent artists, have reacted to Mohbad's death, and they keep saying the same thing. This guy tried to reach out to me. This guy tried to say something to me. Oh, the last time I saw him, he said we needed to talk. So do we have a platform in Nigeria that protects young and upcoming artists? Is there a way, is there a forum, is there a platform where these guys can just express themselves? How many other people do we need to have go in this same way before we kind of show up for help?
You know, see, the sad part of all of this is, if you go close to these artists on a one-on-one, many of them will tell you that industry, they won't even call it an industry, they tell you it's a cabal. Can they voice out the fear of being blacklisted? It was what happened to this guy. He had an interview. Mohbad had an interview on a TV station. The videos are there where he said that after he left Malian Record, that show promoters started blacklisting him. He wasn't getting shows.
Yeah, we saw that.
He had to start struggling for little gigs around. Then had to, even the streams from his album, according to him, wasn't coming to him. He was going to the record label. That's normal if there was a contract anyway. So do these guys, so now how many of them can actually even just hold the phone to speak out? How many of them can come to the TV stations or go on radio to speak out like you're fighting your benefactors in quotes? So I think the most important thing is whenever you're going on that table to start any process to negotiate, go with a lawyer. Don't be so desperate. Desperation, the survivor mode. Mohbad kept saying is survivor. It was a survivor thing for him. And it's painful because the guy, he died at 27, and when you listen to everything that he had said, from dropping out of school to becoming a carpenter, recording from his proceeds from his carpentry works, to joining Malian Records, to dying at 27, that guy probably lived the last 7 years of his life in pain. He just, fighting different.